Hello friend, welcome back to Toyota Maintenance YouTube channel. And welcome back to the part 2 of the video, which is about 2007 Sienna running rough, the engine running rough and having code after scanning P0303, which is misfire on number 3 cylinder. In this part 1 you saw the complete diagnosis, and we discovered that the problem is on number 3 cylinder, right? And what we know about these 2GRFE, unfortunately it's not this cylinder, which is easily accessible, right? It's a bank 2 and this is 246, right? And unfortunately the problem was in the back with the number 3 cylinder, which is in the middle. So I have removed entire intake. I finally got that ignition coil out. That looked perfect, no signs of any damage. I removed the spark plug and there was chunk of that tip was missing. The gap was too big and so on. So visually it was bad, the plug was bad, so I replaced all the spark plugs, all 6 of them, since everything was already apart and the other ones were looking old too. I put it all together, but because there is bad access to the number 3, right, in the case that ignition coil is bad, I took the number 3 and swapped it with number 6, which is perfectly in front of the engine. It's all ready. I waited for you. I didn't start it up yet, so let's go see if it's finished or it will need more work. And I didn't start at Sienna, I just push her backwards, and to save you time I brought my little scanner here, hook it to the vehicle, and I erased really quickly that previous code P0303. So this is also for me. I have no idea if that spark plug was the problem or not. Let's find out together right now. The ignition is on, so it will be just click. Is it running better? Well, everything was apart, so the idle is high. We will see if it will go down. I don't see check engine light, but it's not running right, so let's see what this scanner will tell us. Let's link to the computer. So far no DTCs are present. Let's see if that idle will go down and what will happen with it. Right, it's high. I don't think I forgot any vacuum hoses or anything. I took extra time to make sure it's perfect. Oh, but look here, look here, look here. I moved the ignition coil from cylinder number 3 to the number 6, right? And look at that. It wasn't spark plug, despite the fact the plug was completely burned off, a chunk of it was missing. This little scanner helps us to understand that actually the coil was the problem, right? Because we have only one code and it's the misfire suddenly on the 6. So if you look on the engine, just confirm it, right? I took that coil from back there, from the 3, which is in the middle, and I swapped it and put it right here. And this is the number 6, 2, 4, 6, and that is 1, 3, and 5. So we have the answer. The engine runs right now rough because this coil is bad. So now we know not only spark plug was missing a piece of itself, right, that one of those tips was completely missing, and you saw it in that video. Also the coil on that cylinder 3 was bad. So I will call the parts, get the prices and get approval from the customer, and we will need to replace that one ignition coil. And I have the brand new coil. This one looks absolutely identical with that Toyota. and it was approximately $90 from aftermarket. Dealer was asking $120 for it. So let's go and take care of business really quickly, right? Let's disconnect this. This is our number 6. This is the coil, which must be bad because our problem moved from the 3 to the 6. They really look identical to me. This is fantastic. I will put a new one in carefully always, right? Here I can use carefully my power tool set on the 1. Nicely there. I will connect it and let's see if this is finally fixing our problem. And over here I have to do exactly the same what I did before, right? Put this reader, put the ignition on, right? I will not start it. And I need to link to the computer and erase that P0306 which is in it right now. I will erase it. It says erase was successful. So now cross fingers, and it was the coil. We have again high idle, but that is expected and that will go down. And I'm linking to the computer. Obviously before we also had zeros, right? We have no codes, but before the engine was running rough, it was, you know, coughing, huffing, puffing. It was not happy. Let me show you. The idle is relearning after the problem, right? I can already tell you we got a winner here. There will be no codes. I can hear how the engine is running smooth. It's coming down, right? The idle is still high, but it's coming down. And I can tell you, there won't be any codes. Here I will redo it, right? Refresh. There's nothing pending. But whatever, it doesn't matter. Most importantly, because the heavy rain you probably couldn't hear it, but it's perfectly idling. Here is a brand new, right? Brand new Coil. These are the old ones, dirty ones. Look how it's purring like a kitten. This is after another only 1 minute. You can see how the idle really nicely goes down. And of course right now I will let it idle for a couple of minutes, let's say 5 minutes. It's also super heavy rain outside, so I will wait for a while, but before calling customer that the repair was successful, I will of course go for the test drive, at least for 5 minutes to verify that everything is perfect, that it's working, and their Sienna, it's ready for them. And after another just couple of minutes, listen to this idle. This is absolutely wonderful. And a little funny story about this repair for you. When I was removing that intake, right, I had it all off. So here on the left side, between those covers there, you can see inside. Right there there was hanging and coming in this yellow wire. Do you see it? It was halfway inside and half of it was hanging on the side of this engine. I was like, oh my god, what is this about, right? But I just kept working. I didn't see any connectors ripped off, or I didn't see anything disconnected. So I just kept working and believing that probably got there stuck as a road debris was thrown up were sucked up by the belt running, right? I mean, it has absolutely nothing to do with this misfire problem. I really hope you enjoyed watching this part 1 and part 2 of this misfire diagnosis. If you did, give it please thumb up, and always make sure you are subscribed, because I have way more videos about Toyotas coming your way on this channel soon. Thank you for watching and have a great day, my friend.